Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The morning of February 2nd, 2026. Incheon International Airport, South Korea. Thousands of people had been gathered since before dawn. Cameras were ready. The world was waiting. And when those doors opened, he stepped out. Park Jimin. Cream jacket, elegantly flowing black palazzo pants, metallic sunglasses, and a bag. The bag was large. The bag was black. The bag was Dior. And in less than 24 hours after those photos spread across the entire world, a bag worth $8,700 vanished from every Dior retail platform on the planet. Sold out. Gone. Disappeared. Welcome to today's episode. I'm going to take you inside a story that's not just about an expensive bag, not just about K-pop, but about the power of one human being who can shake the global fashion market simply by the way he carries a bag. To understand why this was such a massive moment, we need to rewind a little. BTS. 7 names that changed the face of the global music industry. For years, they were an unrivaled worldwide phenomenon. Their albums dominated international charts. Their concerts sold millions of tickets in minutes. Every brand they touched turned to gold. But then came the hard times. One by one, the members of BTS had to fulfill their mandatory military service, an obligation for all Korean men. RM, Jin, Suga, Jhope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. One by one, they stepped off the stage. Fans around the world waited, counted the days, crossed off calendars one by one. And in 2025, one by one, they started coming back. Jimin himself completed his military service in June 2025, and the world reacted immediately. But February 2nd, 2026? That was a different story entirely. That was the first time in almost 5 years. All 7 members of BTS were seen together, leaving Korea for an official group schedule. Not solo, not 2 or 3 of them. 7, all of them, together. Can you imagine what happened? The internet exploded from the inside out. And in the middle of all that chaos, one thing was captured by the cameras with absolute clarity: the bag on Jimin's shoulder. Now let's talk about the bag. The bag Jimin was carrying was no ordinary bag. This was the Dior Normandy tote bag from Dior's Summer 2025 collection. A large-sized tote bag, designed with Dior's signature aesthetic, elegant, luxurious, and full of character. The price? $8,700 US. That's right, you heard correctly. One bag, $8,700. Now the question is, who is willing to reach that deep into their pockets simply because their idol carried the same bag? Turns out, a lot of people. Just hours after those photos spread, and we're talking about photos that went viral, that were searched, shared, and analyzed by millions of people worldwide, the bag sold out completely. No stock left. No waiting list. Totally sold out. On X, formerly Twitter, fans erupted with reactions that were, frankly, incredibly entertaining. One fan wrote, with a tone somewhere between awe and near trauma, $8,700 and it's gone? Jimin stans don't check prices, they just buy. Another, with an expression of pure shock, said, not even 24 hours after he appeared. Wow. And it wasn't just regular fans who were stunned. The entire fashion industry was paying attention. Because this wasn't the first time. This had become a pattern. Every time Jimin shows up with something, a bag, a jacket, sunglasses, even a hair color, that item suddenly becomes the most sought-after thing on the planet. Industry observers already have a name for this phenomenon. They call it the Jimin effect. The Jimin effect. It sounds like a term invented by obsessive fans. But hold on, this isn't just fanfiction. This is data. Since being officially named as Dior's global ambassador in 2023, Jimin has repeatedly proven his ability to move markets in a very real, measurable way. Let's look at some examples. October 2025, Paris Fashion Week. The Dior Spring/Summer 2026 show, a historic moment, as it marked the debut collection of Dior's new creative director, Jonathan Anderson. Jimin was there as the brand's global ambassador, wearing a look that was, let's say, incredibly bold, a black blazer with nothing underneath, showing off an athletic physique honed through discipline during and after military service. He sat in the front row alongside Anna Wintour of Vogue, actress Monica Barbaro, and Bridgerton actor Jonathan Bailey. But who got the most attention? Who was photographed the most? Who was trending? Park Jimin. Within 12 hours of his appearance at that event, more than 4.8 million mentions of Jimin were recorded on X alone. Not millions of general BTS posts, 4.8 million specifically naming Jimin. World-class fashion media, including Women's Wear Daily, WWD, and The Guardian covered his presence. Not as a side note, as the headline. And now, February 2026, that Incheon airport moment. An $8,700 bag sold out in under 24 hours. This is not a coincidence. This is not a one-off. This is consistency that keeps fashion executives in Paris from sleeping at night, but in the best possible way for Dior, of course. Because for Dior, having Jimin as an ambassador isn't just an investment in a big name. It's an investment in a sales mechanism that has never existed before in the history of the modern fashion industry. The relationship between Park Jimin and Dior is one of the most fascinating brand ambassador collaborations to observe in the last decade. Jimin was first announced as Dior's global ambassador in early 2023. At that point, the fashion world was already beginning to realize something K-pop fans had known for years. Park Jimin isn't just a talented singer and dancer. He is a style icon with an extraordinary ability to balance modern and classic aesthetics. From that moment on, every Jimin appearance alongside Dior became an event in itself. And Dior, one of the most prestigious fashion houses in the world, with over 75 years of history, clearly understood just how valuable this collaboration truly was. Paris Fashion Week in September/October 2025 was the biggest proof of that, when Jonathan Anderson, the Irish designer previously known for his work at Loewe, was announced as Dior's new creative director. All eyes were on his debut. This was not an ordinary show. This was a historic moment for one of the world's greatest fashion houses. And Jimin was there, front row, wearing an all-black shirtless look that he himself chose, as he revealed during his birthday live stream on Weverse in October 2025. I was so nervous. This was my first public schedule after almost 2 years, the first time I was presenting myself to you all again. So I had to look cool, he told fans. I said to myself, this time I won't wear anything underneath. And the world reacted. For Dior, Jimin isn't just the face of an advertisement. He is a catalyst. He is the reason millions of people across Asia, the Americas, Europe, and everywhere else pay attention to what this brand is doing, and then buy whatever he's wearing. But there's something we need to talk about. Something that's perhaps more important than an $8,700 bag or trending topics with millions of mentions. Park Jimin, beneath all that glitter, is a person who runs far deeper than what appears on the surface. He is BTS's main dancer, the only member with a formal academic background in contemporary modern dance from a performing arts school. Every move he performs is the result of a combination of natural talent and relentless training that has never stopped. World-class choreographers have repeatedly named him as one of the most expressive dancers they've ever witnessed. He's also a singer with a one-of-a-kind vocal quality, a timbre that is almost impossible to find a duplicate of in any music industry anywhere in the world. His solo albums, Face and Muse, dominated international charts immediately after release. But what mainstream media rarely covers is a whole other side of him. In late 2025, the world learned that Jimin, together with his father and younger brother Jihyun, had joined the Green Noble Club of the Green Umbrella Children's Foundation, an organization that recognizes donors who contribute more than 100 million won, approximately $72,000, to support children's welfare programs. Even more remarkable, they were the first family in Korea to achieve this milestone together as a unit. Not just him, not just his manager or his label, his family, together, for children who needed it. And when he spoke to fans during his birthday live, in the middle of all the world spotlight, he didn't talk about trending topics or album sales. He said, "You don't need to worry about me. Focus on staying healthy and happy. I'll keep doing my best." That is the real Park Jimin. Now, let's go back to that morning at Incheon Airport. February 2nd, 2026. 7 people, together, for the first time in almost 5 years. RM Jin, Suga, Jhope, Jimin, V Jungkook. They walked together. They laughed together. They faced the cameras together. And the world cried, not out of sadness, but because the wait for this moment had simply been too long. That moment was more than just an airport departure. It was a signal, a sign that a new era had begun. BTS had completed their entire military service obligations. Their comeback album was in the works, scheduled for spring 2026. Major concerts were already being planned, and there were reports of a documentary titled BTS: The Return, set to stream on Netflix in March 2026, a behind-the-scenes film about 7 men reuniting in Los Angeles to begin a brand new chapter. And in the middle of all that, Jimin stood at the airport with a Dior bag worth more than many people's monthly salary. And without any intention, without any marketing plan whatsoever, he turned that bag into the most sought-after object in the world within 24 hours. Not because of advertising, not because of paid promotion, simply because he was carrying it. We live in an era where influence is everything. Brands spend billions of dollars every year searching for people who can move other people. Algorithms are engineered to maximize reach. Marketing campaigns are planned months in advance. And then Park Jimin walks into an airport with his bag, and in less than a day, all of those calculations become irrelevant. $8,700. Gone. For 0.8 million mentions in 12 hours. No concert. No music release. Just sitting in the front row. This isn't about money. This isn't just about fame. This is about something far harder to explain: connection, trust, a relationship between an artist and millions of people who feel that he isn't just an idol, but someone they know, someone they trust, someone they love. And when someone like that holds a bag, the bag stops being a bag. The bag becomes part of the story. So the question is no longer, why would anyone buy an $8,700 bag just because Jimin carried it? The question is, how often in our lives do we witness a power like this? A power that was born not from force, not from marketing manipulation, but from years of hard work, dedication, and a genuinely authentic relationship with the people who follow him. Park Jimin touched it. Dior lost it. $8,700 was gone in 24 hours. And the world keeps spinning, waiting to see what he touches next. That was the story behind one of the most phenomenal fashion and K-pop moments of early 2026. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because there are so many more incredible stories coming your way. See you in the next one.